This is going to be one of the craziest weeks for crypto, for finance, and basically everything because, yes, it is elections, but not only is it elections, we also have FOMC week here as well, and we have to talk about all of this. We're going to be addressing it. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So yeah, like I said, it is officially election day today. And outside of this, tomorrow we start to see some very big updates around finance as well. Guys, buckle up and prepare for max volatility. This entire space is about to get pretty crazy very, very fast. Every single time that there is an election, the financial markets go crazy with volatility. I'm going to outline a few things, but first, let's go over here to the economic calendar. We actually have over here the full breakdown. So today we get some, updates. We've already gotten them, right? But this is where we really kind of focus on things. Thursday is where we get the initial jobless claims. We get the U.S. productivity, the preliminary stage, wholesale inventories. Then the FOMC interest rate decision. That's the big one. That happens at 2 p.m. EST. And then, of course, at 2:30, Jerome Powell comes out and talks. There is going to be a lot of volatility. Outside of volatility, what happens after all of this? Well, let's go look at crypto right now. At the time that I am recording currently, we're sitting above 68K on Bitcoin, nothing too crazy yet. Most of the altcoin market in the last 7 days, nothing too crazy, almost flat, nothing's moving, very boring, very dull. Even if we go to the gainers and losers in the top 500 in the last 7 days, again, this is in the last 7 days. There is practically zero growth happening in crypto. So, as we look at this, everything is really just waiting for the elections to pass by. Everyone is still on the edge of their seat, waiting for something to happen here. And we get to find out today. Now, on top of this, as we look at XRP, as we look at XLM, as we look at HBAR, as we look at SUI, all of these altcoins, every single altcoin is flat or losing steam. HBAR, losing steam. SUI, pretty flat. XLM, flat. XRP, flat. Everyone's getting so frustrated right now with altcoins, but they are all flat. And the reason why is because we are still waiting. We're waiting for Bitcoin to choose its path. The elections help it. The elections help it. The FOMC meeting help it. That's why I say volatility right now is probably going to be at all-time highs. Let's go back to the election of 2020. Okay, here we have it. XRP went sideways and actually sold off for over 105 days until that massive candle broke to the upside. Now, I'm not going to say that we've been going sideways for 105 days because we haven't. In fact, we've been going sideways since roughly July of 2023, 483 days. That is a crazy amount of time. But this whole area here, I focus on it because we're going all the way back to July of 2020. If we look at July of 2024, we also had a nice impulsive move. And right now, it's been about roughly 119 days. This was the 112 to 119 day time period on XRP. But again, I share with you this insight because it's a very similar pattern where, XRP has that nice spike, then it sells off, it goes flat, and then we have that big impulsive move. We have that nice spike, sideways momentum, and we're just waiting for that big move to take out these highs from July of 2023. Now, again, XRP is not the only one that's in a very similar, position right now going back to 2020. Even HBAR. Now, I have this chart set up. I've had this chart set up for a while. Potential wick 4 cents if we get it. It will be great to see. But HBAR was going sideways for 322 days, had a nice little, move to the upside, sold off, sideways momentum. Everyone thought all these altcoins were dead. If you guys were around during 2020, specifically around like November, October, even like December, most altcoins were dead. Nobody even wanted to touch altcoins because there was nothing happening around the altcoin market. And then all of a sudden, boom, January, alt season. Everyone is talking about altcoins. I do expect the same exact thing to happen here, where we're looking at the charts and it's like, all right, nobody cares about these altcoins. I mean, HBAR is back to levels going all the way back to December of 2022. Guys, it's been roughly 679 days of practically zero growth here. The biggest move that we saw in that 600 and almost 80 days was a nice move to like 20 some cents, which was like almost a 400% move. That's not that crazy for crypto. I could get that in traditional finance. But outside of HBAR, what about ADA? ADA also went sideways for 119 days. And technically, it didn't even break over its high for 126 days. Right now, most of the altcoin market looks like this. Downward sideways pressure, waiting for something to happen. The same exact moves were outlined in previous cycles. Why is this time any different? It's not. We're still waiting on elections. Even Bitcoin right now, this is the Bitcoin price chart. Just for reference, this is November. This is where we have the elections. Guess what? Here we have November. Now you might say, well, Nick, we weren't even over all-time highs at this point. We put in a brand new all-time high on Bitcoin, right? Because if we go to the daily chart, right, we could see the all-time high from, 2021, it actually got broken. But is that the case? Because a lot of people have said, Bitcoin had a new all-time high while altcoins are dead. Something's wrong. Something's broken. Guys, check this post out here from Mario Nolfo. We have Bitcoin all-time high, not even close, thanks to inflation. Hey, Bitcoin fans, hate to break it to you, but our all-time high ain't real. Blame inflation. Bitcoin's real high, adjusted for fiat debasement, is $77,975. So we're still 14% off. It's not just Bitcoin either. Ether, Solana, they're getting wrecked by inflation too. ETH's real all-time high is 55% higher than now, and Solana is 44% away from its inflation-adjusted peak. Bottom line, facts hurt. Inflation's vibe killer, moving the goalpost every time prices jump. And yes, as we really look at this, we have yet to actually break a new all-time high if we're going off of inflationary terms. So Bitcoin has yet to actually get there. We're still in that point of time back in November of 2020 where we're just waiting on that big move to the upside to finally print a new all-time high, finally break over 80K plus, and head to $100,000 plus for Bitcoin. Now, again, I want you all to understand that as we wait for Bitcoin, we still have to follow the structure. So far, we have held on to this trend line, which is very good. It's actually very bullish, but we need to make sure that we don't lose this trend line. And for reference, I didn't change this chart at all. I have the fake out here. This is what I predicted in the Discord. We're kind of going to chop a little bit here, and then we finally broke to the upside. We got a significant impulsive move to the upside. And then, of course, we took out the previous high, which is very bullish. Now, the big thing here is, are we going to have an impulsive move off of this trend line and finally start that next wave up? Or are we going to break down and basically punish everyone in crypto yet again? It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. But again, we're hoping for the best, expecting the worst. Outside of Bitcoin, though, I have been fully focused on Bitcoin dominance because we are now in my area of focus. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing sold off a little bit, tapped this bottom trend line, chopped a little bit to the upside, and then finally sold off. Again, big focus is if we break over that upper trend line. So far, this thing has been playing according to path, so we have to watch this closely. But Bitcoin dominance is definitely heading into some very significant levels. If we go all the way back on the 1 week to levels that we are at now, we could see why this is a very significant area. I wouldn't be surprised if we initially sold off here. If we go all the way back, by the way, to November of 2020 as well, I mean, Bitcoin dominance was going crazy during that time. It had one last major swing to the upside, which is why I say I do think that we could have one more swing here where we go all the way up to like 63, 64% before selling off. I wouldn't be surprised by that. And that would be the last wave on Bitcoin as well, where we start to see that last wave really kind of form in. Again, I just want to go back to 2021 to kind of show you what I mean by that. So here we have 2021. This move here from roughly the beginning of December, it was actually like the first half of December, all the way to January 4th. This move was the last move where dominance was really going crazy. After this, dominance started to sell off and it topped out. And then this move here is where we start to see alt season officially print massive gains for all altcoins. And it did this all the way up until about roughly the middle of May. Then we got that massive sell-off into the summer, and then we had one last major move to the upside. Now, again, that last major move, not every altcoin actually performed during that last major move. Most of them actually topped out right around April, May of 2021. So definitely be aware of that. But we don't have much time from the time that Bitcoin dominance actually does top out for altcoins like XRP, XLM, HBAR SUI, etc. to really kind of go on that massive tear and for us to take profits. But also, I am focused on the dollar because recently the dollar did hit the 702, almost got to the 786 on the macro fib extensions. And this is where we really kind of watch for a significant sell-off. This is where we start to see, is the dollar going to continue to rally all the way up to that trend line, roughly about like 105, 105 and a half or so? Or are we just going to sell off from here and take out the previous lows down here at around roughly 100? If we lose 100, it's going to get very interesting very fast. I ultimately have the next level here of around like 99.59. That's going to be the key level to take out liquidity from 2023, the summer of 2023. And then after that, the next lows, I mean, we're going all the way back to like March of 2022. So, there is a lot of room for the dollar to really kind of fall to. And we're going to be watching this closely, especially during elections, because the dollar will react significantly to what's happening. And then, of course, with the FOMC meeting, again, there's going to be significant swings here. That's why I say volatility is going to be at all-time highs throughout this entire week. So just be prepared for that. Don't get too impulsive. Don't get shaken out. Prepare for the best. I always say, expect the worst. You're already prepared for the best. You're already positioned in altcoins. Whatever the case may be, expect the worst. So have stablecoins on the sidelines and just be aware of the environment that you are now in. Because we do have elections, we have this massive week in front of us. Things are going to get interesting. They're going to get interesting very fast. I personally am watching for highs to be taken out. More so, 77,975 is the key level that we want to watch for a big break on Bitcoin. Because again, a lot of people don't even pay attention to the inflation-adjusted prices. $77,975 versus our previous highs here at about 73,500. It's a pretty significant move to the upside. But that's why I say, once we start to break, through those levels, the mainstream media is going to go crazy. The retail flood is going to flow back. You're going to be hearing talks about Bitcoin everywhere. Your friends are going to be asking you about crypto. And that's during the time where you want to start, slowly but surely exiting positions, taking profits. Because typically that leads to a sell-off in the market or the eventual top. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.